Guess what I've been watching a lot lately? Football! American football, that is. The playoffs are done and now there's only the biggest game left, the Super Bowl. So today I thought it'd be fun to draw a football player, and not just any football player, the one who throws the ball on the team. Do you know what position that is? That's right, it's the quarterback. Okay, so let's get started drawing on my call. Blue 42, set, hike. All you're gonna need is a clean sheet of paper, a nice sharp pencil, an eraser, a dark marker or a pen, and of course, something to color with. Drawing people can be a little intimidating, so we're gonna start by drawing just some basic shapes as well as making kind of a skeleton for the pose. We wanna make, I kinda want this quarterback to be, holding the football, ready to throw the football. So we wanna have a little bit of a gesture or like a stick figure we'll make first so we know where things are gonna go. All right, so let's start with our helmet first, right here. And I'm just gonna draw a little circle right about here. Now I'm drawing really lightly. Now my circle will be pretty circular because I'm locking my arm and I'm using it as one big motion right here. If I use my wrist, it's a little bit trickier to get that nice circle. But next up, we need to kind of draw where the main torso is gonna be, leaning back to throw that football. So I'm gonna draw a little line right there. Again, draw really lightly because we're gonna build on top of this. And then I would need to draw where the shoulders are. Now, if I had, let's just pretend this is the body right here, straight up and down, and then I had the shoulders at the top as my hand. If we're gonna angle it, you're gonna wanna angle this line as well, okay? So I'm gonna do that right here, right underneath that circle. I'm gonna draw a nice light line. And then I'll draw another one roughly around here. This is gonna be the shoulders down to the waist. And this doesn't have to be perfect. This is where we're kind of figuring out the proportions, right? That's like how big is the head compared to the torso, or how big is the torso, how long is that compared to how long the legs are. But I do know that if I want to draw these legs, I kind of want to see where the hips are. So maybe let's just lock in where this torso, how this torso is going to look. Let's just say this is I'm going to angle this in a little bit and say that's where the hips are. I'm going to taper it down, it's going to be bigger at the top and it goes smaller down to the waist. So that will give us an idea. And then now what we'll do is, let's do from the point here in the middle, let's draw where the angle of that leg. Let's say the thigh is about that long. That's good. And then we're going to draw a little circle right here at the end of that. And then we're going to draw the other half of the leg, so the bottom half of the leg, which is where your shin and your calf is. We're going to have that kind of angled this way. And so we'll kind of go like that. There we go. I think that looks pretty good. We got a slightly longer thigh. So now this other one, it's going to be a little bit different because it's going to go straight down almost. It's going to follow this line right here. And they're going to be pretty close. So I'm going to kind of just draw my circle right here. And this is just a guide. Don't worry about how perfect that circle is. And then I'm going to have the leg go out here. Now let's draw the arms. Now the arms will just kind of start from these points. We'll kind of go down. So maybe I'm going to have the arm kind of drop down like this. And then I'm going to have it go across. So it's going to be holding the football right here, ready to throw it. My quarterback's right-handed, it looks like. And then I'm going to have this arm, similar, because it's going to be holding the ball as well. And I'm just going to maybe have it up a little bit higher like that. All right. So we could just stop there. It'll just be a stick figure football player. What do you think? No? Okay. Well, we'll keep going then. So then we have the legs. We got the torso. Let's maybe put where the feet are. I'm going to just do little triangles. Okay, so hopefully you drew really lightly. And then we're going to draw over top of it. So I don't want this to get too messy, so I'll try to erase things as I go. Let's do want to do the shoulder pads? I think that'd be a good spot to start. But first, maybe to figure out where the edges are, let's do like the little V for where the jersey goes in. So I'm just going to have it go like this. And then we're going to have this kind of curve out here like that, little half circles. That's going to be the shoulder pads. And then we'll have those kind of go out like this. And then maybe we go ahead and cut them off right back to where the torso is. Does that look pretty good? I like that. So maybe as we're going, let's erase a little bit. There's a lot going on here. So I'm going to erase this part. We don't need that part of the arm. So now you can see how that jersey's starting to form. So now let's do the legs. I think let's do the bottom part here. So maybe from right about here, we'll just kind of connect that line to the outside of this circle. And then remember, if you're gonna connect this, instead of going straight there, you gotta add little, there's gonna be a little bit of a bottom right there. So let's just curve it. That's where their bottom is, and then we can kind of curve it that way. And we'll do the same thing over here, but remember, it's not gonna go right to this point, so let's figure out how thick those ankles are. And we're gonna draw a line straight up to there. And then over here, we're gonna curve it a little bit because that's where your calf muscle is. Like on the front of your leg, your shin is pretty straight, and in the back, it curves a bit. There you go, just like that. Same thing over here, kind of if you were to imagine that there was a line connecting to this part of the waist, you can even draw it if you want a little bit. We're gonna connect it right there, and then same thing, maybe like right up here, we're gonna kind of bring that line down. We're gonna do the same thing, we're gonna draw a little bit of a ankle, and we're gonna connect it. On the front end of your leg is gonna be flat, on the back it's gonna be curved a little bit. So, kind of starts big and gets a little bit smaller down towards the end. Now, what we'll do is I'm gonna erase the inside. So this leg's gonna be in the front. So I'm gonna erase all of this little stuff on the inside, and then you'll just see, since this line's crossing this line, you can tell that this leg is in the front, crossing their body. We're just gonna erase as we go. Now let's do the arms. So before we draw the rest of the arms, let's draw where that football is going to be. And here's the shape here. You can add little lines or other details if you want, but I'm gonna go ahead and maybe draw a line first to kind of figure out the length of my football. And then I'm gonna go through and I'm going to just do my curves on the sides to kind of build out my football. Footballs are kind of a weird shape, aren't they? The name's even weirder if you believe it. It's called a prolate spheroid. I'm not exactly sure what that means, but I do know that it means that you can throw this ball more accurately and farther. And the way it does that is by spinning through the air, or what they call spiraling. They're kind of hard to draw, I'm not gonna lie. And then we can erase some of this stuff on the inside. You can keep that line or erase that line. I might just erase it, make it a little bit clearer for what we're gonna do next. And again, don't do hard lines yet. We still gotta draw the hands over top of this bit. Okay, so now we can kind of round off. I'm gonna kind of draw on either sides of this, kind of figure out how big are these muscles of our football player. Let's make a little elbow, so we'll kind of curve it over here. And then I'm just gonna kind of draw a line going up to it. And then I'm gonna kind of curve this line. Now it looks kind of short because of the angle we're at, but it'll look pretty natural once we get once we put the hand on and everything. Maybe this arm, let's kind of start closer to here. There we go. And then I'm gonna curve that as well. I'm just kind of working around my skeleton, if you will. Let's kind of go like that. We can adjust it to fit how we need. I might go down a little bit more to make sure it fits on the football, or make my football a little bit bigger. I need to make sure there's room to put both of those hands. And then maybe what we'll do is we'll draw a little line right here too, to kind of show there's like a little sleeve on our jersey. Let's erase, we don't need this line in the middle of the body either. Honestly, we don't need this one. We can kind of go through and kind of clean up some of these lines. And then we're gonna draw hands. Hands are not very fun to draw. I'm not gonna lie, that's not my favorite part to draw, but we're gonna do our best here. So I'm gonna draw a little curve right here on the side, and we're just gonna have the fingers on it. We're only gonna show 4, and I'll show you why in a second. So just kind of draw 4 fingers right there. And I'm gonna do the same thing up here. Maybe those fingers slightly overlap, I'm not sure. 2, 3, 4. That looks kind of funky, but that's okay. Now let's erase some stuff so we can see them a little better. I do a lot of erasing when I'm doing my sketching, because you're gonna make mistakes. You're not gonna get it perfect the first time, and that's what I love about drawing, is I get to keep going over it and perfecting it the way I want. And sometimes it takes a little bit of work and multiple tries, and that's okay. Okay, so maybe on the bottom here too, I want to add a little bunched up area for where the jersey bunched up. That could be kind of a nice little touch. Oh, and the reason you only see 4 fingers is because of this. So if I'm holding the football, you're looking at it like this, so you only see the 4. The other 2 thumbs are hidden in the back. And now let's draw this helmet. Now there's all different shapes and sizes of helmets. You'll see a lot of your favorite players at different positions will have different types of helmets actually on the same team. I'm gonna draw a little line here to show where the neck's going to be. And then when I draw this helmet, maybe I might wanna draw even to the right a little bit more. Erase some of this line and that line on the inside. I wanna kind of figure out where it's gonna live on the head. I think I had it over a little bit too far. That's okay, luckily we drew in pencil. Okay, so I like that a little bit better. So now like where the bottom of the helmet is, I'm gonna kind of just put a line like that. And then I'm going to curve that back right here. And then we can kind of follow that line back that we already drew. And then let's go to the top here. This'll connect about like that, or maybe even forward. Let's draw that. We'll draw a little line that goes a little bit angled this way. And then we're gonna draw the top of the helmet right there. So that's gonna be the top of where the face mask is gonna kind of come right over here. So now I can erase this. We got the main part of the helmet. Now this is kind of a big head on here, but I think it'll be kind of fun for our drawing. It'll make it look a little bit, we can make out the details a little bit better. So I'm gonna draw the face. Now you can draw your face or your favorite player's face, but I'm gonna draw something pretty simple, like a little line down like this, and then maybe the nose sticking out. That's kind of a big nose. That's all right. And then I'll bring that down like that. There we go. I'll draw a little smile there on my quarterback. They know they're about to throw a touchdown. And maybe I'll just draw a little eye like that. There's gonna be a lot happening on this helmet, so I don't wanna get too crazy. So maybe right over here we'll draw, it's kind of where the cutoff is of the helmet. Let's draw the face mask. So from this little point right here, let's just draw a little line down, and then we're gonna go across right underneath the smile there. And it's gonna kind of come out in front of that nose, and then we're gonna connect it right here. There you go, that way we can see a little bit of the face still. See if that looks good, and then we'll kind of drop this. Just do a line right there, and we'll do one more line. There could be a lot more, but I wanna keep this pretty simple since we wanna see the face still inside the helmet. Oh, that's looking pretty cool. I'm liking this. Okay, and under here it looks kind of funny because you don't see the chin. The chin's actually in a, has a little strap, has a little protection for the chin. So we're gonna have that, just a little, kind of curve that off underneath there. And maybe there's a little dot right here where they have little connectors. And on the back, I'm gonna draw a little bit right here. It's more padding. And then the design of it, if you wanna leave this open, you can draw whatever you want, maybe the logo of your favorite team, or you can make up your own team. You can do that. Maybe you're the crazy squirrels and you draw a really crazy squirrel on the side of there. That could be a lot of fun. I'm gonna leave it up to you. So I'm gonna draw maybe a few more little details. I might like add some of these little fun little helmet details and on here. They have a lot of little holes on there to help your head breathe a little bit and things to move around so it keeps your head more protected. I'm gonna move that back a little bit. Maybe, you know, that helmet's looking a little bit too big on the back side, so I can always erase that just a little bit now that I've had it done, and I'll just kind of bring it forward, kind of shrink it all the way around here. There you go. I think that looks a little bit better. It was going a little bit too far off the back. But okay, I think that's gonna be pretty cool. Now, if you wanna add any more details, you can do that now before you go ahead and do your line work. Like I might clean things up, maybe add some little designs on the jersey. You can do whatever. You can do little lines on the side here. You can you can do the number of your favorite player or your favorite number on there. I'm gonna draw maybe right here where it needs. We're gonna do those short pants, and then they have like the different colors on their pants and their socks. Maybe some high socks to do some fun stuff. That looks pretty good. And don't forget the little cleats on the bottom. And that makes it so they can grip the grass and the turf better so they don't slip and slide around. Oh, that's looking really good. Oh, you know what? Maybe a little line here would be kind of cool. All right, so I think that's pretty good for me. But now I need to go through and take my marker here, and I'm gonna go through and kind of finalize my lines and just make it, outline it real quick. I'm just gonna erase all that undersketch so that I can kind of reveal the nice clean image. Okay, so it's about time to color in the jersey. So what colors are you doing? Who's your favorite team? Well, mine is the New England Patriots. Now, I know that's not very popular, so I'll change. Okay, so let's get coloring. And I think it's done. Oh my goodness, I'm really happy with how this turned out. This is so much fun. You could probably even add a little grass or anything else you want. You can add a whole background if you'd like. But I do know that at the very least, I need to sign my name at the bottom here when I'm completely finished. Well, thanks so much for drawing with me today. This has been so much fun. I can't wait to see how yours turned out. Did you pick a team that you really like and use those colors, or did you just make up your own colors for the jersey? And before you go, remember, be brave, be creative, but most importantly, be you. Alrighty, I'll see you next time. You are going to love our new book, The Nature Explorer's Drawing Guide for Kids. It's full of interesting facts and step-by-step instructions for drawing all kinds of plants, insects, and animals, helpful art tips, and even blank nature journal pages in the back for you to go outside and make your own discoveries. Check it out for yourself. You can find it anywhere online where books are sold.